Rose and Reds pattern this.
Man with that 20 stack, if my bro see that, you ain't getting that back. And I ain't gonna lie, more time, I don't wanna rap. Key-shot got more bodies than gang, and I bet she's still gonna cap. Slim ting with a waist, can I look like Kyle look Ray? More time with her face on L look me. Can't get caught up town with big.
Aye, we are live, people. What's good, people? It's your boy Rhino. Welcome back, or welcome to MGTV. We are live and alive. Got my guy Traps with me. This is Rhinos Offside Trap. Afternoon, lunchtime. What are you saying? Daytime special, Traps. You feel me? What are you saying, man? You're looking like you're just about to start your day, man. What are you telling me, bro?
Oh, I've been about, man. I've been about.
Yeah.
We're here, man. We're here.
We're live, man. We've got a lot of things to talk about, man. Big up the people in the chat so far. Make sure you smash the likes on the video. Make sure if you're not subscribed, you do subscribe, and please put post notifications on, man. This is what we're gonna do now. So we're gonna do a lunchtime special every Tuesday around this time, 1:30 p.m. and then Thursdays we'll do 8 p.m. I'm not gonna be around Thursday because it's my birthday over the weekend, so I'm not gonna be in the country. But we'll probably reschedule another day or do it next week still. But yeah, Traps, listen, man, how you feeling today, man? On this Tuesday, March afternoon, we're hearing all of this Manchester United nonsense. You know, we're going to talk about the Everton game. Later on, we're going to also talk about Liverpool, where Liverpool robbed in the Man City-Liverpool game. Going to talk about who we think is going to win the league, who we might prefer to win the league. And a few other things as well. We're going to talk about Ahmad's Instagram. We're going to talk about OLISE. Apparently, Elise wants to come to Manchester United as well. We're going to talk a bit about Ineos, you know, certain decisions they might make around Ten Hag and whatever. But here's where we're going to start, Traps, man. This Everton performance, man. What's your thoughts on it, man? Like, did you watch the game? How did you feel during the game, after the game? Where are we at with this club, man?
It's the same old shit. Like, I don't know what people are expecting. Like, I told you, it's 10 games left to the end of the season. What do you expect? Like, what do you expect to change? Like, I don't get shocked by Man United performances. I don't get upset by the performances.
I think your screen's frozen still. Let me see. Yeah, let me remove you and bring you back and see. Oh yeah, there you go. Yeah.
I think I don't know. I think. Yeah, I don't get surprised by the sort of things. I don't get upset by them. I don't have any. It's not a feeling of numbness. It's just the end of the day, I have made my assessment. Yeah, the damage is already done. So I don't lock into these games expecting to see a miracle turnaround. Like, I just see for what it is. And obviously, I just like to see what changes are made, or is there anything to do to combat the situation we're on? And it's just the same thing. That's what I watched the game for. I wasn't surprised. I mean, we got 2 penalties. I mean, there were penalties, to be fair, but at the end of the day, there was to be honest with you, Garnacho was probably fortunate that they resulted in penalties, because the positions that he would have found him in, the shots that he had on that game, he should have scored in open play. But I'm not criticizing him for what it is, but he's just lucky that the end product part of the whole move was taken away from him. So we can't judge him on that, innit? But obviously he's won the penalties, and at the end of the day, you know what I mean, he's celebrating penalties like they're goals now. Like, you know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? It is what it is, you know what I mean? It is what it is for certain man, but for me, certain man would say, oh yeah, performance, first guy to win 2 penalties in a thingy, like that's a flex or something. I don't know, man. But yeah, man, I just, like I said, that obviously they call me Traps Cliff now because I'm behind the Ineos movement. Because at the end of the day, like I said, it's better. It's better for me to bank on the Ineos movement than to listen to these stinky fans moan constantly about stuff and talk about PTSD, like projection and whatnot. You know what I mean? From like talking about what happened 3 seasons ago and why it can't happen again. Look, listen, there's a new people coming in. I just hope they make the right choices. So right now, it's effectively a write-off for me. Like, it's just been a write-off, innit?
Yeah.
Obviously, we've got Liverpool on the weekend. And obviously, that could... I do honestly think, though, if he doesn't win that game, I think that game effectively closes the chapter on Erik ten Hag. Not because of the significance of the FA Cup, but I just feel that without that, you're not getting top 4, mate. So you're in a sticky situation right now. Do you stick with the manager for another season when obviously that you have to invest in, unless they're going to say, look, we're picking the players from now, and I don't think it's going to work, to be honest with you. I don't think it's going to work, because Ratcliffe's already turned around and said, look, I don't know if it was Ratcliffe or was it Barada said that we pick the players for them, or we'll pick the players.
I'm not sure.
No. Jim Ratcliffe said we're going to decide the style of play. So
that's it. Yeah.
That might result in him saying, well, the style of play results in these players coming in. And obviously this guy's got his veto power. So if they're saying, look, we're getting this guy, and he's saying, no, I don't want that guy, and he's trying to veto it, it might result in a sacking, to be honest, because I just can't see it happening. I just can't see Ten Hag being given players. And players, because the players they're gonna want to give him, players like Olise, these players are technical and that. So what are you really going to be doing? Like he's clear to obviously he can't manage the whole technical side of the situation. He just wants a mechanical, robotic team.
It's bare athletes,
just to do a whole load of running, and obviously there's no quality in the team. It's just a whole load of running, to be honest with you. But
hey, Traps, you know what you need to do? I think you're still lagging. Back out and come back in again. Yeah, because you're behind on my. Let me know in the chat as well, people, because it looks like Traps is a few seconds behind. But yeah, everything Traps is saying is spot on, people, man. I feel like with this whole situation, with Ineos coming in, you got people like Barada and Brailsford that are people that care about results. They care about statistics. You know, are they going to be happy with these Ten Hag performances? Certain things that Ten Hag has dealt with, you know, are they going to see a future with it, or are they just going to switch it up? And yeah, big up, is it Pock? Big up Pock on Twitch. Yeah, he's lagging. Yeah, he's going to come back in. Traps is going to come back in a sec, people. Just give it a few seconds and he should be back in. Yeah, man, I just feel like with this whole Everton game, you can see how bad United are, people. Like, respect to all my fellow United fans that still have faith in the manager and they believe that there's still a vision and, you know, it's a teething period. And this is what I want to talk about with Traps. Like, what is the threshold for believing this is a project? Like, how bad do we have to get for you to realize that this project maybe is not going in the right direction? Because I was watching United View, big up Flex and the people's Mina and Marcel and KG and all of them guys, yeah, big up them. And they had a good debate, and they were basically saying that how the fan base is divided. And then obviously Marcel and some other guy, I can't remember his name, they were making some points about how we as fans just need to be patient, yeah? They're saying that we just need to be patient. All of this kind of failure is part of the process, yeah? So my question to them is, how far is your tolerance? How long can you hold on? What's your threshold to decide that, you know what, this ain't working. Maybe this project is not working. Because what? If Ten Hag takes 4 or 5 years now, Traps, to develop, and he's still not getting any progress, are we going to say, oh, but watch, trust the process? Do you get what I'm saying, Traps? These people that are saying Ten Hag in, what is their threshold? Like, at what limit do they think, okay, you know what, maybe this process ain't working? Because if you sit and wait on a process, you're going to think it's happening, and it might not ever be happening if you stay positive. You need to see some steps towards positivity before you can hold on to a process. Right now, we can't see that. We're getting bopped by Everton at our own ground. Ten Hag's had this squad for a season and a half. We're seeing issues with Ahmad. We're seeing issues with Sancho, Varane. Obviously, we had the Ronaldo situation. So how much do we need to see for us to realize this is not working? That's what I want to ask you, Traps, like, because me and you, we see that maybe this is not going in the right direction. But why do the Ten Hag inners still have faith, even though they haven't got nothing to hold on to?
I told you why. Listen. This is why I don't listen. I told you on the last show that this is why I don't have any. You talk about tolerance here. I don't have any tolerance for no United fan at this present moment at this present moment in time, because the reality of it is that everyone's got agendas and everyone's got agendas and everyone's got their own sort of like agendas against players and their own agendas about themselves. So a lot of people wanted screaming that the Oli project wasn't working. The Oli project wasn't working. Yeah. They wasn't screaming about these things take time. They wasn't screaming failure is part of the process and whatnot. They wasn't screaming any of this, any of this stuff. But now because they screamed for Oli out, when this manager came in, they said back the manager. The manager's been backed, the manager's been backed to the sum of 400 million. The manager's got the players that he wanted. Every single player, like Rant said, big up Rant. Rant said every single player's got his fingerprints all over them. So at the end of the day, right, these lot are in a position now where if they turn around and say, get him out, they turn around and say, we can't keep doing this. We can't keep doing this. But we can. we can, because what you'll find is if you go and do a job, this is the reality of these United fans. This is why I'm not fucking with them right now, because the reality of it is that if I'm a plumber, and I am a shit plumber, every time I go to work, every job I get, I'm getting the sack from it. No one's telling me to give. No one's giving me time. No one's giving me time. You cannot be shit at your job and be doing things, that are detrimental to your career and still keep your job. And people still have the faith in it. And why do people have the faith in it? Because of what's happened in the past. So what you're really saying to me, is saying we shouldn't have got rid of Oli. We should have trusted the process. That's what you're saying to me. We shouldn't have got rid of Mourinho. We should have trusted the process. So why was you screaming, get these man out? And all of a sudden, because you man thought you was getting this master tactician, that you didn't know nothing about, because no one watched the Eredivisie. No one watches that shit. Nobody watches Ajax. You watched a couple games, and you fell in love. You fell in love with this guy. My man sitting there with the microphone talking about eyes and Ajax and all the extra stuff that he was doing. You lot fell in love with that shit, watching bare bullshit rules about bullshit and that. About this man, because you're seeing him talking with Johan Cruyff when he's like 7 years old and that, talking tough. You lot was loving all that. You was loving all that. So, but now it's come to fruition that my man is sitting there and he's doing bullshit in front of your face. You're trying to act like you can't see it, and you want to trust the process now.
It's favoritism,
and you want to trust the process based off of but Arsenal. Look what happened to Arteta. Arteta right now, if he don't win nothing this season, watch what the Arsenal fans do to him next season. If he ain't on top of the league quite quickly, they'll be ready to listen. The Arsenal fans they're going like they love this guy, but in reality, if you don't win nothing, they're gonna be at his neck. Simple as that. So all of this stuff that you lot are doing, you're doing it for your own reasons. You don't want to be wrong. You want to back the process. You want to seem to be looked at as a good club loving United fan. That's what you don't want to be looking at. But in reality, you're not loving the club. You're just trying to protect yourselves from the bullshit you lot been doing for years. Get this one out. Get that one out. But the thing is,
speak it, Traps, bro.
You weren't wrong. You wasn't wrong. Do you understand? You wasn't wrong. When Mourinho was doing bullshit, get out. When Van Gaal was doing bullshit, Van Gaal, to be fair, Van Gaal weren't doing bullshit, but it is what it is. They replaced him. No one was asked because Mourinho came in. He won a couple trophies in the first season. Second season, why was no one saying, trust the process then? He's got 2 trophies, a European trophy, a League Cup, and a Community Shield, because these Arsenal boys and these people you believe in, they're the ones counting Community Shields now. So why was you not saying, trust the process? Mourinho's had a bad season, give him another season? Why is no one saying that? Solskjaer coming, won 10 games on the bounce. Everyone was loving that. I see a picture the other day. Man's talking about Ten Hag ball and Oli ball, because remember it's Oli at the wheel, Oli ball. They were the buzzwords when Oli was a thingy. I have never. Listen, I see a picture the other day of Oli ball. Oli ball is Martial. Martial in the middle of man like Gundogan, Jesus, I think the BRUYNE is there. There's about 5 men surrounding him. That's what Oli Ball was doing to Man City. What's Ten Hag Ball doing to Man City right now?
Yeah,
making them look like making them look like 2010 Barcelona, bro. And look how shit they play. Look how shit they play, bro. Man City right now, yeah, are probably the worst Man City team you've seen in a minute. Yeah, in a minute, and these men can't even give them a good game. So, for me, the writing's on the wall. Look at the reality of things, but these men don't want to look at the reality. They want to be talking about Scott McTominay and Varane being the flipping. The roof of the house. I don't know if you watched it the other day, but big up Staffy. Staffy's telling me about if you move into a house.
Is that when you guys was talking about the whole McTominay thing?
Yeah, and he's like, if you move, if you need to refurbish your house, and the guy says, "Oh, where do you want me to start?" You're not going to say start with the roof. Why not? Start with the roof. Move in with your mum. Go move with your dad. Go move with your dad whilst he fix the roof. Start wherever the fuck you want to do, but start. That is the problem. Start. Like I said, if I have to move in with my mum, so be it. But make sure you start in it. There's no point talking about, oh, where should we start? Should we start with the basement? Should we start with the windows? What should we start? No, bro. I'm gonna fuck off to my mum's, yeah, and you start, yeah. When I let me know, give me a call, let me know when it's done. But this is the problem right now. These, like I said, I'm not fucking with these United fans because they're not realistic. Yeah, they want to sit there. Even Saeed and that sitting there saying to me about McTominay. Like, how is McTominay a big problem in all of this? All McTominay was required to do is not play 24/7. That's all that's required of him. Yeah, that's all that's required. They want to keep. This is how I know these men are not thinking straight, right? Things like keeping Varane. Yeah, so they want to keep Varane because he's our best defender. Bearing in mind, he has been present in 2 of the worst seasons we have had as a club, yeah? 2 of them, yeah? Not 1, 2 of them, yeah? And one of them, obviously people are going to say he was injured, but this one, he's not, yeah? He's not injured, yeah? So now people want to turn to stats. But the reality of it is, if you look at Varane, if you ask Varane as a big man, Varane, what is your aspirations? Do you think he's going to turn around and tell you, I want to win the Champions League with Man United? That's not happening. That's not happening. I want to win the league before I retire. That's not happening. So what is his aspirations of him being here? He's won everything, yeah? What's his aspiration of him being here? Furthermore, they want to keep him, yeah, for another 1-2 years where he's worth fuck all. Then he's worth fuck all. And then obviously in that time, you've got 2 years to deteriorate, right? And then you're forced into a change.
How long has he got left on his contract, Traps, Varane?
I don't know. I think it's 1 or 2 years, but
1 or 2 years. Okay,
but then you're forced into a change now. That results in panic buys. And what
because you're speaking about people being scared of change. Yeah. Go on, speak about it. Speak about it. Yeah.
So when it's panic buying time, yeah, they'll panic buy, and then if it turns out to be shit, or they end up with an older defender, they'll be sitting there moaning about, oh, he's too old. Why is we replaced Varane with this? We should have kept Varane. This is what I'm trying to tell you. But the reality of it is, yeah, Varane is a Real Madrid castaway, right? The 2 replacements in Alaba and Rudiger are older than him. Yeah? Are older than him. We have been sold this guy for a reason. For a reason. Do you understand? Real Madrid are not stupid. And they're a damn smarter club than these boys, right? So that's what I'm saying. Like, all these men have all these hidden agendas and all these things they want to talk about. But in the reality of it is that Ineos have put their money down. They put 1.25 billion down to do what they want to do, sporting operations. So they want to operate the sporting part. Yeah, they've been in for a couple of months now. Let them cook. Yeah, let them cook. Stop talking about the likes of McTominay. If they want to keep McTominay, fine. If they want to keep Varane, fine. But at the end of the day, we need change. Yeah, we need change. Yeah. So if they're sitting there saying, look, Varane can stay, but Varane's getting competition, and if Varane don't like it, Varane can leave. Are you backing that, or are you not backing that?
Yeah.
But the problem is, people get attached to these players. Like even this Ahmad thing with these people as well. Yeah, Ahmad is locked off his Instagram because he wants to be a good Muslim. He wants to focus on Ramadan. Why are these Man United pages making up stories about him not being happy? Shall I tell you why? Because they know deep down inside their manager, who they want to back, has let him down.
Speak about it, Traps. Speak about it.
That's
what I was going to talk about next.
Conclusion. That's why they've jumped to that conclusion. Yeah, they've jumped to that conclusion, and in the reality, you wouldn't have jumped to that conclusion if you would have realized, if you would accept that your manager has not been managing players correctly. You don't want to concede that though. You don't want to sit there and go on like, oh, Ahmad's fed up. So hold on a second. If Ahmad has an outburst and start saying, you know what, this guy's a dickhead, yeah, and I don't want to be here no more, you're not going to say, oh, he shouldn't have done that. What, after sitting there for a whole year? Sitting there for a whole year, playing 27. This is how unreasonable these men are. That's how unrealistic these men are. They expect these men to have no feelings because they get paid money to play football. You go to work every day. People go to work every day. What? No matter what, how much money you get paid, like I told you, if your boss is a dickhead, your boss is a dickhead. Yeah. If your workmates are a dickheads, they are dickheads. Do you understand? So it doesn't matter how much money you get paid, you still have them feelings. So that's why I'm not. Listen, I told you, I'm ready to cook anybody who backs Ten Hag, fam. Because
we're gonna get the walk out, you know. We're gonna get the walk.
It's time now. It's time now. Because you can't expect me to be sitting here, for a whole season. There's 10 games left in the season. I've been listening to your shit now. Now you listen to me because I've been right all the way up. This is not going to get any better. When I said that 6 months ago, no one cared. People are still trying to back it. Now people will still sit in and say what? Because like I told you, if they back Ten Hag for 4 years and it ends up a failed project, all you're not going to say is blame Ineos and the Glazers again. That's all you're going to do. And I'm not here for it. I'm not here for it. I'm here for solutions this season. I'm here for solutions. So he's part of the problem. Ten Hag is part of the problem. He spends money loosely on players, that he shouldn't be buying because the player where he bought them from, he said he can't play that football, so he should not be buying them for. That is a cardinal sin. That's like me taking your money. That's like me taking your money, saying I'm gonna fly you to Jamaica, and then you find out that I'm banned from there. I'm banned. So I can't. You understand? So
we're saying blindfold settings. You can't.
How am I taking you to Jamaica and I'm banned from going to Jamaica?
I Traps.
You give me I bumped you.
Hey, do you know how they do that one? They blindfold you. They take you to some mad island, but it's a set. It's like an acting set. You think, hold on, this place ain't real, bruv. Exactly, then they tell you, oh, you know what? You're banned. We're banned. Sorry, but that's what I'm saying. Everything Traps is speaking is facts, and do you know why Traps has been so consistent in this? And this is why I understand the McTominay point he's making. What people tend to do, and big up the man, it's all love, always. But I feel like people get lost in the point and don't understand the context of what he's saying. In general, Traps don't rate McTominay like that. He's just looking at what we have now and who's benefited this season and who hasn't, and the priorities of who needs to stay and who doesn't. And another good point that Traps made is about making change. Same way we said about Martial. If you're going to get rid of him, just fling him out now. Start the process from now.
Do you remember what people were saying? Man like Ty was saying, oh, it's just 6 months. It's just 6 months.
Like the video people as well. Like the video.
It's just 6 months. But this is my point. When I look at Scott McTominay, I look at Scott McTominay for what he is, not who I want him to be. And what I see, man, is a squad player. Somebody, because like I said, if YouTube was around, in 1999 and everyone was on YouTube like this, when Man United was winning the treble, these men will be saying, get Jonathan Greening out the club. Get David May out the club. Get Jesper Blomqvist out the club. Get Johan Cruyff out the club. This is what these men will be saying. These men are not good enough to be Man United players. These men are not good enough. But you know what? The truth is, it's a squad game. Scott McTominay, if he's happy to play 15, 20 games in all competitions in a season and just be a Man United player like that, why do we care? Why? Look at Solskjaer. Solskjaer was up against Sheringham, Cole, York. He knew he was the super sub. He played his position. Do you not think Solskjaer could have went and had a career starting up front for most of the teams in the Premier League? But at the end of the day, everybody knows their position. So Scott McTominay knows his position. He's happy to play it. Why is man getting onto him? Like, yes, I agree. He shouldn't play every game. He shouldn't start every game. I agree with that. But a man that's cost us nothing, come through the academy, we're gonna have to now sell. And bearing in mind, right? Even if we sell McTominay last, yeah? Because what we want is a starter. We don't need to have McTominay starting. So if we sell him last and we have him in here as an academy player, one, he's not going to moan. Two, he's 26. So by the time he's 28, his value is not going to depreciate. So you're still going to get the same money, yeah? You keep Varane for 2 years, you end up with nothing, and you have to panic buy a defender. And you know what happens? When Man United panic buy, every player that was 30 million now becomes 70. And then when you buy them, and when they go and buy these players, and these players can't live up to expectation, people will sit on podcasts and do memes talking about the board wasn't efficient enough. The board should have moved 2 years ago. The board should have done this. The board should have done that. Like, regardless of what, if Varane stays or not, like, you should be looking at contingency plans 2 years before you need to deal with stuff. Because at the end of the day, like I said, anything can happen. If you get a man in, you need that period of where, say for instance, we got Todibo in. You need that period of where Todibo needs to prove his worth. And at the same time, you've got a safety net of Varane if he needs a break, if he needs development. And then once he's at the top of his game, you get him out, you get Varane out, and then you go get a younger replacement. So maybe a Willy Kambala.
It has to be a proper transition.
A Willy Kambala now. You're his young G now. So you follow him and you fill in. You know what I'm saying? That's how the cycle should continue. Not wait. But if you look at every single team, what team all these top teams they aspire to? Like I told man, when you're looking at the window at Man City and you're saying, City do this, Arsenal do that. There's no players that leave these teams on a free, you know. There's none of these teams. They're not. There's not just players just leaving on a free. Gundogan, Mahrez, all these man. When they left, they weren't finished players. They could have went on another year or two. Yeah. The other thing is, Gundogan wanted to leave. Mahrez wanted to leave. They let them go. There's no unhappiness in their squad. Calvin Phillips couldn't get a game left, right, and center. He didn't make didn't moan. Pep apologized to him and moved him on. So why do you want to sit there and have Real Madrid castaways making excuses, making support plans for these men that you could just say, you know what, fuck off. You've had your fun here, fuck off. Because at the end of the day, we are football.
Traps, do you think Varane and Casemiro came in for a payday? This is what Steve Gibbs is saying.
I'll be honest with you.
Because you're talking about them coming with the whole castaway stuff and Real Madrid letting go of people.
Casemiro for me, the Casemiro situation, he was on big money at Real Madrid anyway. I think for Casemiro, the problem with Casemiro, what you have to look at Casemiro is that Casemiro had Camavinga, Tchouaméni, Bellingham coming in, all these players. It would have been the next set of the young G's. It would have been difficult for him to still being there, still doing what he does. Because end of the day, look, like it might have worked, but the chances are it wouldn't have worked. So he came here. Obviously, when he came here, Ronaldo was here. These are still these guys. So he's obviously had a conversation. You know what I mean? And obviously, Casemiro's come in. I don't know. I wouldn't say anything about Varane's replacements at Real Madrid were older than him. Rudiger is older than him. Alaba is older than him. These are older. So realistically, and this is a guy, bearing in mind, people want to build a team around a guy that's already retired from international football, bruv. So my thing is this, and you know what, see when I talk right now, do you know what people hear? Everything I've just said to you translates to Varane shit, get him out the club. Varane shit, get him out the club. He's shit, get him out. That's what you hear. So that's what people hear. So I'm not fucking with it right now, man. I'll be honest with you.
No, big man thing, man. Traps is right, people, man. Look, listen to this, People listen to respond and not to understand. That's it, like, and same way when I'm talking about Garnacho and I'm making points looking ahead. One, to me, Garnacho's the least of our problems. And two, when I'm talking about other comparisons, I'm using it to explain how he can progress. You know, I can't remember that same show that you was on Traps on Saeed's channel when someone was saying that we shouldn't use the Ronaldo as an example. Oh no, it wasn't even Saeed's show, it was Staffy. Big up Staffy. They used another comparison, but people were still going crazy in the chat. They was like, no, how can you put Garnacho and that person in the same sentence? You're not listening to what I'm trying to say. This is what I'm trying to say. The Ahmad situation. Yeah.
This is what I'm trying to say. Like, I'm here to talk football, bro. If you want to Like, if you want to talk, don't get me wrong, I do drop the odd funny comment and say the funny stuff, and I do the trolling and the banter thing. So, but if you want to go on TikTok and go and watch them boys over there, because at the end of the day, I'm not with it no more. I'm not with it just here talking for the sake of talking. If I'm talking and man are not trying to hear me, then I'm not talking no more. Do you understand? Because I'm not hearing all this extra stuff no more. Because it's a load of nonsense at the end of the day. We all have a common ground here, where we want the club to be successful. So why do you think, after watching what you're watching, that you can't make a judgment? Why do you think you can sit on the fence? You shouldn't be wanting to sit on the fence. Because I tell you something now, if you go to Italy, all them ultras and that, the manager's gonna have to go speak to them. The manager's gonna have to go chat to them and say what is going on. The manager's gonna have to explain himself. Your manager feeds you a load of bullshit every press conference. Yes, we're doing well. Yes, performance
just putting out a tweet, people, but gone traps.
Like, and you know, are just lapping it up, buying it. And in reality, we're sitting in 6th and man's talking about injuries. Varane's our best defender, though. He's been available all season. Doesn't even want to. You're forgetting. Varane got dropped for Maguire for tactic. That's
tactical reasons. That's what Ten Hag said.
You heard. And still, people go on like, this guy knows what he's doing. Don't get me wrong, like I said, if you've got Varane here, use him. Yeah. But in reality, Varane is
there needs to be a plan.
Varane's not going to be in there. You need to be looking at, in 5 years' time, not 2 years' time, having to replace man, and then have to rush and replace man. And in that time, there's defenders, because look how many defenders we've missed out on. I mean, I think I've seen the list. The list of defenders we've turned our nose up. We've turned our nose up to Virgil van Dijk. We've turned our nose up to Ruben Diaz. We've turned our nose up to Gavardio. We've turned our nose up to
even I'm hearing about Rice. Obviously, we spoke Rice. What's his name? HAALAND.
Exactly. So
Bellingham, all these players.
Waiting, for the next batch of generational talents to come through, and we are not buying them. Like Man United should have a system of where they can get these players from young, get them into the academy, get them on loan, and at the end they come back if they're good enough. But they haven't got that. But at the same time, us as fans, we're not really bothered about all of that. We're bothered about what we see on a weekend with an 11, and that's what we want to see. So I just don't get it. But I'm not here to argue the toss about. Can you see the style of play? Can you see the positioning of this one? Can you see the injuries? Can you see that? I'm not hearing that, because it's all part and parcel of the game. Manchester United was not at a handicap at the start of the season. There was no handicap. They had more players. They had more players. Than you think. Because look at all the players that's been let to go on loan. So all of this stuff is self-sabotage based on what the manager's requests are. So who do you blame for this? Who do you blame that Sancho is on loan? Because at least if Sancho played this season and he played shit, at least we could turn around and say, "No, Sancho, mate, you're done. Get out. You're done." At least we could have said that. Fernandes, we've got no left back. Fernandes is at Benfica. Why? Why? These are the manager's decisions, people. We've sold Kovar and we bought Bayern.
Pierce, that one's that. Even you saying it is annoying me.
He's played one game. Why? But man, we're talking about injuries. Look at Liverpool. Before the start of the season, did you know who Kwanzaa was? Did you know who he was? Did anyone know who he was? They got about 3 men in that team right now that nobody knew 3 months ago. 3 months ago. Man, we're talking about injuries. Man, we're talking about injuries. It's all a bag of excuses at the end of the day. It's all a big bag of excuses. And I'm not hearing it, bro. I'm not hearing it. I want this to change. I want Ineos to just look at it and say, look, this can't run at the end of the day. You got to get them Listen, I'm telling you now, he's got to get them Champions League football or win that FA Cup. Otherwise, he's gone. He has to.
I believe so. And listen, that's what I'm saying. Like, Traps, look, this is why I respect Traps, and this is why we have a show together, because at the end of the day, when he's talking, we might even not agree on every single thing, but it's coming from a place of common sense. It's coming from a place of what he sees. And now he's got to a point, and so have I, we need to start seeing things. We're not going to worry about the little problems that don't really matter right now. We want to start seeing the problems that matter. We want to address the problems that are now, and then we want to start seeing change. We don't want to worry about the people like McTominay or Garnacho and that. We need to look at the bigger problems and start fixing it and start building something. That's what basically Traps is saying. What I want to do, let me go through some comments quickly as well. Big up the people that are still in the chat. We've got 39 people in the building. I think 23 of you guys are on YouTube. The rest of you guys are on Twitter. And maybe Twitch as well. So big up you guys. If you can, please head over to YouTube, Rhino MGTV, click on the channel and like the video as well. That will definitely help the algorithm and show this video to more people, because it's the first time that I'm doing a lunchtime show, and it was a good suggestion from Traps. He was like, yeah, you know what, Rhino, let's do a lunchtime thing. So we're running it for you guys. We're here, you know. I haven't even had lunch yet, you feel me? I'm here for you guys, you feel me? But yeah, like the video, make sure you subscribe, put post notifications on. What I want to talk about, Traps, let's move on. So we spoke about Ahmad. There's a few things I wanted to talk about. We've spoken a bit about Garnacho. We've spoken about the Everton game as well. Let me get out of my list. I wrote a few things that, a few bits of stories that came out. Yeah, Elise to Manchester United. Let me find the tweet. 1 second. Elise to Man United. What are you saying about that? Apparently, he's willing to come over to United. He's keeping United as an open option. What are you saying about that, Traps?
I mean, yeah, he's obviously a good upgrade. Obviously, there's concerns about his injuries and that. But what we've got right now, he's an upgrade. But here's the thing: we have a manager that doesn't play like that with how these men play. Like, he doesn't like that technical bit. So, I mean, do we get him? Does he try and veto him? I don't understand. Like, I mean, to be honest with you, like I said, he'd be a good addition to the squad. I would like to see a couple of wingers come in. I'd like to see an Elise and a Neto. Mm-hmm. Because we need that, to be honest with you. We need that. But yeah, he's definitely a good addition to the squad. There's no question. Yeah. It says here, Michael Elise is open to joining Manchester United and is tempted by the possibility. And that's via Fabrizio, via the United stand, because Fabrizio always does shows on channels, and whatever questions you ask him, he's going to give you the insight on it. And this is what I'm saying, man. Even people like Neto, you guys let me know in the chat, man. Would you prefer Elise or Neto, or both? I think Neto will be such a cold addition. And these are the things that we're starting to see. We're starting to hear all of these bits and pieces of noise as well. You know, Elise, we're hearing players from Nice. We're hearing loads of things. So right now... Do you know what, though? Do you know what?
Go on, Traps.
Do you know what, though, right now? Yeah, I'll be honest with you. Like, I've learned throughout my life,
God.
You see, when it gets to this time, you hear all kinds of transfer noise. Like, don't get me wrong, Fabrizio is the GOAT. Yeah, he is the GOAT. Yeah. Don't get it twisted. Yeah. But even he gets it wrong sometimes.
Yeah,
so
he does.
I'm a man like this. It's like, for instance, like, you always have to look at these silly blog pages on the internet. They turn around and they go, like, I see a post last night, and the post said there's a secret plan from Dortmund to keep Sancho for another year. And I just thought to myself, like, why are you not just reposting this stuff? Because if it's a secret plan, how the fuck do you know, bruv?
No, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, bro, come on, man. Like, so yeah, I just take these things with a pinch of salt sometimes. But yeah, like I said, if it's true, then Elise would be a great addition to the squad. And I'd like to see more. Like, I'd like to see like a Pedro Neto and Elise. I'd like to see, because another thing, what we have to see, what I'd like to see now, I'd like to see another young striker come in as well.
Okay.
But I'd also like to see someone who's 30, that's decent. Do you know what I mean? I'm not someone who's just 30 for that's and it's been thingy, but I'd like to see a more experienced striker come in. But I'd like to see. But obviously, I feel like Rasmus, as it stands right now, has basically put his stake in to say, "Listen, I can be the man here." The only problem that it is that there's no replacement for him. So I'd like to see a couple of strikers come in, to be honest. But I mean, I would at least say, that's a great addition. No, it's no question.
Yeah. No, 100%, man, 100%. All right, cool. We're gonna move on to the next part of what I wanted to talk about. We've kind of spoken about a lot of things. So if you're watching this on the replay, make sure you like the video. If you're live right now, please like the video. So I've got my list here. So we've spoken about Ahmad and how people just blow things out of proportion. We've spoken about United Scout. We've spoken about Olise. We've spoken about Sancho. Cool. Let's move on to... Yeah, we might as well go move on over to our VAR section. So let me just run the video. This is the VAR section. So this is the VAR section. If you're new to Rhinos Offside Trap, we've got a section called VAR, yeah? VAR. This means that we're going to judge certain things that have happened during the week and we're going to make decisions. If we think it's a no-go, get out of here, it's a red card. You're going to see the red card like this. Straight red card, you feel me? Then we've got decision no, we've got decision yes, and we've got undecided as well. So first, were Liverpool robbed, Traps? Were Liverpool robbed? Was that a penalty? Was Doku on some fly kicking McAllister? What are we saying about this? Were Liverpool robbed?
Listen, yeah. Listen, look. Obviously, as a young player, yeah, all I can say is I'm happy they never gave that, because I feel like that would have been the final straw for Doku.
Talk about it.
But obviously, by my standards, it's not a penalty. By my standards. Okay. By my standards, because like I said, I like a bit of rough and tumble in the game. Like I like a bit of physicality. Yeah, I like a bit of desire. You know what I mean? I like a bit of like, you know what I mean? You're meant to be. I like to see people leaving with, you know, little grays here. You know what I mean? Like a little something. You know what I mean? From a little battle wound. You know what I mean? But in the eyes of the refereeing, it's a penalty. At the end of the day, it's a penalty. So Liverpool were robbed, to be honest. They were robbed. Like he didn't get the ball, he didn't touch the ball. But the problem, what people fail to understand is that the referee bottled it. Yeah. So this is what you need to play. Yeah. The referee bottled it, because what you have to remember is video aided refereeing. So at the end of the day, he needs to make his decision. This is how it's meant to work. He's meant to make his decision. They check it, and they basically say, "Nah, you've missed this. It's a clear and obvious error. You need to change this." He goes to the screen, he looks here, but he bottled it. He didn't say anything. Yeah. So he said, "It's not a penalty." So basically, they have to now check it. And bear in mind, it's not about them checking it and saying, "Oh yeah, it's a penalty." They have to check it on the threshold of, "Is this clear and obvious?" It isn't. Yeah. It's not. It's not, because we've checked it. I checked it about 10 times. So if I've checked it 10 times, they've checked it God knows how many times. It's not clear and obvious. So they're not going to overturn the decision. That's what it was. They're not going to, but it's, at the same time, if the referee blew and gave the penalty, they're not going to overturn that either. So the VAR, for me, you can't blame them. Yeah. The referee is the bottle. He thought it's 98 minute or 90 whatever minute it is. He thought, you know what? I'm not deciding this game. Fuck this. I'm not doing this. I'm not deciding this game, because if I give a penalty now, I've effectively influenced the game. Or it's too late in the day. I'm 1 minute away from blowing the whistle. Let me just blow the whistle and fuck it all off. That's what he's done. He's bottled it. So you can't blame the VAR. Can't blame Doku. McAllister could have ran into him and made a meal out of it and probably would have got a penalty if he'd have went head on. But at the end of the day, he probably feels like he doesn't need to. Yeah, but yeah. So it's not the VAR's fault. it's the referee's fault, to be honest.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, I agree with that one. You know, I feel like the referee did, in a sense, shit the bed, and he thought he was panicking. He thought he knew when I decide this, I could decide this result of this game. And he got shook and he just threw it over to VAR. And VAR should only be brought in if you want to look more into it and you're not sure. But he knew what it was. He knew what it was.
Because what you have to remember,
yeah.
What you have to remember is, the bit that people fail to miss with VAR, well, people miss with the VAR thing is that VAR is also there to help the referee, but VAR is also there to tell you that the referee can't see this.
Yeah. That's another perspective. Yeah.
So it's meant to make you feel like the referee can't see this. So the referee's decision is the referee's decision because it's not clear and obvious. But if it was like, look, because the reality of it is that if they said, right, we'll do video refereeing where we rewind it back, we make the decision, the referee is obsolete. Then they don't need a referee on the pitch. You basically just look at you just basically look at things, or you can basically have an umpire. That sits on the touchline and says, that's a foul. That's a foul. That's a penalty.
That's a hazard.
Yeah, that's a penalty. You know what I mean? You can have an umpire basically. But so people just fail to understand that the referee, it's there to show you that these referees are not making mistakes. They're making mistakes that are because they can't see it. And the reality of it is that it doesn't make any sense because unless you're going to go completely digital and say, look, we are going completely digital. We've got an umpire that sits on the halfway line and makes the calls. He's not a referee, he's an umpire. He makes the calls. So goal, offside, check in VAR, that's a foul, stop. You know what I mean? But that's not what it's there for. So realistically, they just need to get rid of it and just say, look, referees, just do what you're doing, because I know referees do make mistakes in that, but if you can't overturn something that's not clear and obvious, because 9 times out of 10, if it's clear and obvious, it gets overturned. You know what I mean? Yeah.
100%, man, 100%. I'm just getting the next topic ready. So that one, Trap. So basically, what we're gonna say for that one, I agree, man. I agree. Everything Traps is saying, I agree with it still. So us saying that is it VAR's fault? Nah, but we definitely agree it's the referee's fault. So,
100%.
What about the foul though? Do you think it was a foul? You said it wasn't, innit? You don't think it was a foul?
I think, look, obviously people say the boot's high. It's not that high.
Yeah.
It's not that face wise. It's not. And I have to remember, he's not actually put his foot through him. Because if he'd have put his foot through him, he'd have probably been in trouble. But he's actually, when he's seen him, he's actually tried to pull out of it. You know what I mean? He's trying to pull out. So he's not.
And when you watch it properly, it looks like a collision. But people's argument is that he's still showing his studs. But I just think it's one of those ones. Whichever way it goes, it is what it is, man. I can see it being a foul, and I can see both ways. Yeah, man. I can see both ways.
I'll be totally honest with you.
Go on.
If that was the 40th minute, that penalty's getting given, mate.
Interesting.
If that was like the 40th, 50th minute, that penalty gets given.
That's it, people. So what we're gonna say, we're gonna put this all on the referee. He shit the bed. It's the referee's fault. He gets a straight sending off ref. Poor referee. Poor. Cool. We move on to the next one. Everyone's talking about someone that I rate highly in football. Yeah. I rate him very highly. He's been compared to Bruno Fernandes. Yeah. KDB. Everyone keeps talking about KDB. Oh, he had a stinker. He had such a stinker at Man United against Liverpool. Oh, this KDB, that. What are we saying about it, Traps, man? Everyone's onto KDB. They're saying he's classed as the best midfielder in the world in the Premier League. How dare he have a stinker? Look how poor he was against Liverpool. And now everyone's waxing lyrical about big KDB, saying he needs to perform in every game. You know, I've seen people like Hamza, big up my guy Hamza. He's defending KDB, saying, look, KDB came from injury, performed over expectations straight from injury.
Nah.
He's allowed to have a downturn.
You know,
what's your view on this?
This is what I'm trying to tell you. This is another reason why I'm just not with it with the football people, because I don't know if you remember me saying this, Rhino, but I'm saying obviously Kevin De Bruyne is out, for the start of the season. So forget about Kevin De Bruyne till next season. Forget about him. Yeah,
I think so. I think now you're saying I think so.
Yeah, I was saying forget about him for next season. He's come back. Bearing in mind, this is the longest time he's had out. He's just eager to play. So more time he's playing out of adrenaline. And bearing in mind, more time he's losing the ball, but because he's banging assist after assist after assist, it goes under the radar. Yeah, this is the difference between him and Bruno. If Bruno was banging assist after assist, goal after goal, you won't be hearing nothing from this guy. Yeah, because one compensates the other. Do you know what I mean? Because, but the thing is with Kevin De Bruyne is like, I don't know what they expected him to just come back and be flying. Yeah, he came back in and he got a few assists and a goal and whatnot. But to be honest with you, Kevin De Bruyne doesn't need to be back to his best, ideally, till next season. Till next season. There's 10 games left to go. What are you expecting from De Bruyne? But I'm just saying he had this. But you know what it is? I get onto people like Big Steve and say Kevin De Bruyne had a stinker. Because when I told you forget about Kevin De Bruyne, people are telling me, nah, he's ready, he's this, he's that. VO5, VO5 De Bruyne, he's got long hair, this, that, and the other. That's what I'm hearing. So that's why I get onto people. But in reality, I'm saying, if I'm looking at it from a big man perspective, if Kevin De Bruyne doesn't assist or have a good game from now to the end of the season, as the last 3 games starts cooking, it's what's expected. It's the same with Rasmus. I told man about Rasmus, man didn't want to hear it. Now Rasmus, for me, he needs to win me some money because I need 7 goals from him for £100. It happened. Like, bro, listen, you see, this is what people fail to understand. Kevin De Bruyne is not a robot. Yeah, he's not a robot. Yeah,
he's a human being. He's a human being.
He's a human being at the end of the day, and at the end of the day, things happen. Like, you cannot expect Kevin De Bruyne to come out and give you 10 out of 10 performances, especially being out for so long. Do you know what I mean? So, for me, I just think, look, Kevin De Bruyne, for me, has done enough to show that he's still got it. Yeah? It's just a downturn in form right now. And obviously, he's come back from a long injury. So, anyone getting onto De Bruyne, especially as a City fan, nah, man, it's uncalled for. Put it that way. It's uncalled for. It's uncalled for, man. And I just think that obviously,
go on, Traps.
Obviously, they were saying things like even with the Rodri situation. I looked at the Rodri stats for that game. They were saying Rodri was awful. Rodri might have met his passing was a bit off, but everything else, Rodri was pretty decent, well, stats wise anyway. But that's just what they fail to understand, is that they need to look at like that they always want to sing the praises of De Bruyne and they expect the the Rodris, these are the man that win you these games, you know.
Yeah.
You should go.
So you think there's unnecessary pressure on Kevin De Bruyne, basically.
Yeah, like you have to what you have to look at is that De Bruyne is obviously the integral part of their team. But at the same time, you count yourselves lucky that he's in a position where he's got the likes of Rodri and Bernardo Silva and these man. Because has Bernardo Silva had a great season? I don't think he has. No one's getting onto him though. Yeah, no one's getting onto him.
It's true.
But De Bruyne come back from an injury, because he's such a big player, they expect it to be like that every game.
Yeah,
just count the point and these man.
That having stinkers and it's going under the radar, but Traps, because obviously I was still listening when I came off camera. What you're saying about HOJLUNG is the same thing. Everyone's so reactionary in football. They're waiting for you to have one bad game, then all the I told you so's come out. All the people that don't believe in a player, they watch every single stinker. But as soon as the person plays good, it's a purple patch. I think in football, we need to learn to just be realistic. Like,
you have to remember, last month, not even last month, probably about 3 weeks ago, they was getting onto Haaland. They was getting onto Haaland. Erling Haaland. They was getting
Erling Haaland, top scorer of the Prem.
Man didn't score for God knows how long, was injured for God knows how long, and still top scorer in the Premier League, and they was getting onto him. So this is what this just shows you the level of football fan that we are dealing with. I ain't got time for it, bro. I ain't got time for it.
Yeah. I'm gonna even note these down. Haaland, HOJLUNG. Critics, yeah, 100%. We as football fans, and I'm just saying we as a collective doesn't mean that we all have the same opinion. We're too harsh on these things. Big up my people's Lana in the chat as well. Big up, man. Good to see you in the comments, man. I appreciate you. Where's your comment? Let me get your comment up, man. This is my people's, man. That's my people's, man. Big up Lana, man. Yeah. So with Kevin De Bruyne, yeah, man. I can't lie. For us, I just think KDB is still one of the best, if not the best I'll just say one of the best midfielders in the Premier League. No matter how many bad games he has such a good output that I'm not gonna knock him. He's a human being. He's gonna have days. So for us, we're not agreeing. We're not agreeing with the hate. We're not agreeing with the criticism. He's a baller. KDB's a baller.
Do you know what it is? People love to talk about credibility, like credit in the bank. If anyone's got credit in the bank, it's him.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. And I don't think it's unreasonable to say that. He came back from, how long was he injured for, Traps? He was injured for like, what, 7 months?
UCL final was May.
Yeah.
He came back. How long has he been back for? Like a month, 2 months?
Yeah, he's been, yeah.
So May to December, January.
And he came back and got all of those assists and goals already. You saw him fresh from injury. Because when a player's injured and he's that good and he doesn't bag or he doesn't assist, people say, oh, but he needs time. He came back from injury and he started balling out. Now he's had one game, or even people said the United game. Oh, look at him against United. This is what annoys me about football fans, yeah? They're just waiting for one bad result to judge a whole player and just forgetting everything else he's done.
Man was saying, oh, if you see how Kevin De Bruyne has played, so that's why you can't get onto Bruno then. Like, you don't get onto Bruno.
Fam.
One game. Just one game.
One game, bruv. One game, and they're ready to compare him to Bruno.
I am fair, yeah. I'm not saying Bruno's a bad player. And I'm not saying Bruno's better than Kevin De Bruyne, but with what Bruno does, if Bruno was in that Man City team, everyone would have a different perspective about him. Yeah, they would. Yeah. That's the truth. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to tell you about realistic expectations. Again, people think that Bruno should be, because he's the captain, they say, oh, he's the captain. And Rashford's meant to play good every minute of every game because he's on 350 grand a week. Everybody leads with these things. These are what they call these again? Variables. They lead with all these
variables. Yeah.
Not the facts. Not the facts that he's a human being. Not the facts that the club's in the mud. He's a fan and he fucking probably thinks it's shit as well. You know what I mean? Like, people forget all of this stuff. Do you know what I'm saying? So, do you know what I mean? Like, bro, it's crazy, man. But like I said, Bruno for me, yeah. Obviously, the team does not play to Bruno's strength. Bruno is not his ball retention is pretty dead. Yeah, he's a chance creator. He's a half turn chance creator. So therefore, you have to give him. You have to put him high up the pitch. So if he does lose the ball, you've got enough time and people to get behind it. Yeah. You need a proper DM who's gonna run for 90 minutes and have pace and be able to sweep up and clean up and recycle just like Rodri and grab the ball, run to defense, be the fifth man in defense, get the ball, carry it out.
Get the best out of Bruno. I agree.
Get it to Bruno up the pitch. Don't give it to Bruno on the flipping halfway line so he looks for a 60-yard pass that he can't make. Give it to Bruno when he's got 30 yards and he's got 3 men in front of him. That's what you need to do. That's what you need to do with him. But people think that's why I'm saying we're playing too deep. But people think, oh no, Bruno can't. Bruno is a chance creator, bro. That's what it is. He's a chance creator. So you need to put him in the best position. It's like, for instance, if you're playing flipping COD, and you want to do, and you're on a mission where you want to snipe a man, you're gonna try to find the best position for you to snipe a man. You're trying to put yourself in the best position.
I like that analogy. Traps is the analogy guy, you know.
You're not gonna be standing 2 miles away trying to hit this shot because at the end of the day, that's all you can do because that's all you know. That's all you can. That's your option. But that's what I'm trying to say. But people don't understand that. Like, the problem is, this is why this team This is why the team is so, it doesn't play as well as people think. And people think, this is why we all know that this team can play better than it does, because it's not being played. It's been played to a system of a man who people don't know the system. They don't know what the system is. These are not the system, the players that this guy wants to play the system. The system is, for me, it's not infallible. It's pretty defunct. Yeah. He's not playing to nobody's strengths at the end of the day, because Rasmus ain't getting, if he's playing to Rasmus's strengths, he's telling the wingers, get the ball to him in the box, mate. Get the through ball to him, let him get in behind. Get behind and get that ball across for him. Yeah. If there's the wingers, if he's playing to Rashford's strengths, make sure you thingy. Make sure anytime
you're watching the runs.
You watch the runs. Make sure you make the runs. You drag defenders with him so he's got the space. Yeah.
And watch him when he's through on goal. Give him the ball, through ball it to him, because Rashford makes a lot of runs that get overseen as well. And also when he's got the ball, give him options, support him and stuff. 100%. This is what I'm saying. We talk sense, bruv. We talk sense. All right, cool. Traps, we're gonna move on to the last VAR call. Yeah. He came from Chelsea. He moved to Arsenal. Yeah. So I guess everyone knows where I'm going with this, yeah? Let me even timestamp this real quickly. He came from Chelsea. He moved to Arsenal. The whole Chelsea fan base criticized him. He's going to be a flop. Why has Arteta bought him? Arsenal are stupid. What's Arteta doing? King Kai Havertz redemption. King Kai Havertz. I'm going to call him King Kai Havertz because some of my fellow Arsenal fans are calling him King Kai now. What are we saying? Traps, what are we saying about this? Like, what is your opinion? Huh?
I thought we were talking about Jorginho.
Oh, no, not Jorginho. I'm talking about Havertz, because Havertz scored in the last game. He got Arsenal the winner. We can add in Jorginho. I like that. We can add in Jorginho because a lot of people writ off Jorginho as well secretly. But we'll start with Havertz, though. We'll start with Havertz. We've got maybe about 15, 20 minutes left of the show. Let's talk. We'll talk about Havertz. VAR for Havertz. What are you saying about Havertz?
I think that Arsenal fans need to, like, in the beginning of the season, I said I didn't know what Arteta was. I didn't understand the signing. I didn't know what Arteta was going to do with him. And people are telling us left centre mid. We've seen a load of stuff. Look, at this present moment in time, we are seeing Havertz playing up front lane. That's what we're flipping seeing right now. And the reality of it is that Kai Havertz hasn't been any better at Arsenal than he has been at Chelsea.
Okay, speak on it. Speak on it.
The facts are the only difference between Kai Havertz Chelsea and Kai Havertz Arsenal is that he plays in a better team now. That's it. That's it.
Interesting.
Because if you look at his output, it's 8 goals, 3 assists. Yeah. In 27 games for Chelsea. This is 2021 season. 2021 season. His output now is 29 games in the Premier League. 8 goals, 3 assists. So his output's been the same. It's not like he's blown out the water. Everything he was doing at Chelsea, he's done here. And they can sit there and sing King Kai this, King Kai that, whatever. But the reality of it is, if you end up finishing third and his output's the same, Chelsea are not going to be bothered about it because he won them a Champions League and he got you to third with all of his goals and all of his King Kai chat. So I'll be honest with you.
Big up Lloyd. Lloyd has just said it. As a Chelsea fan, he was happy that he left the club, gave us 60 million. Go on, Traps. He's saying, talk the truth, Traps. Yep. Lloyd agrees with you, man.
Chelsea fans will not be bothered by Kai Havertz because Kai Havertz, like I said, Kai Havertz plays in a better team now, like than what Chelsea was. They're a better team. So let's be honest about it. Unless Kai ends up with like 15, 20 goals or something like that, or he's hitting the 20 mark, 25 GA mark, there's no improvement here. He's just playing in a better team. Nicking goals here and there.
Yeah, you know what, yeah? This is why football conversation is such a beautiful thing, because sometimes you might not have like me, I didn't have a full opinion, but then you listen to people like Traps or my fellow peoples that I discuss football with every day, or you read the comments, you know, the lovely comments that people are making. You know, big up the chat as always. Make sure you are liking the video. If you're watching on Twitter, please go over to YouTube, like the video as well. But yeah, and sometimes, like, for what I was saying is that, for example, Traps will say something and it'll put it into context for me, or he'll put it into a nice perspective. And that's what I'm saying. Are people going overboard with Havertz? Is it because people thought he's going to be such a flop that now he's scoring the 1-2 goals, which people like Matisse, big up Matisse on the Big Six show, big up Turkish, all them man side and all them man on the Big Six show. Matisse said it. Havertz is going to get you these occasional goals. He's going to get you moments where he scores, but he's not consistent enough and he's not a needle mover. That's what Matisse said. And I remember him saying that. So realistically, he's just doing what a lot of Chelsea fans thought he's going to do occasionally. What now?
You have to remember.
Go on, Traps. Go on.
They wanted him in midfield.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Speak on it. Yeah.
That's what they wanted him at. They wanted him to be this left centre mid. Yeah.
Yeah.
But now he's being played like up front in like some kind of striker, false nine.
Second striker, false nine.
He's like a 9.5.
9.5.
That wasn't the plan for him. But listen, I'll be honest with you. Right now, yeah. I'll be honest with you right now. If this is what I'm trying to say. If Scott McTominay was playing the same role in that Arsenal team with the same amount of goals that Scott McTominay has contributed to this season, they'd be singing his name as well. They'd be singing his name as well. What you have to remember is that look how we get onto like Garnacho. Yeah, Garnacho has played. I scored, I think it's 5 goals and got 3 assists. Yeah, his 3 goals. Yeah, 3 goals behind Kai Havertz. Bear in mind, Kai Havertz scored in the last game. Yeah. So realistically, what are you lot celebrating? Because Garnacho for me has got a long way to go. But you think like he's young. Kai Havertz is still young. But
how old is Kai Havertz?
Kai Havertz is like 20. Must be like 22 now. 23.
Okay. Yeah.
But it's like, how are you? You might even be 24, I don't know. But I'm like, how are you?
Let us know in the chat, people.
How are you like, after 8 goals and like, so you've got a GA of 11, yeah? You've got a GA of 11. How are you calling man King Kai? King Kai. Because I'm not going to lie, like, it's that man don't even want to call McTominay Terminator. They don't want to call him that. But he's levels with these man right now. He's levels with these man.
And Lloyd agrees with you. Lloyd just said here, Scott would have way more goals. Interesting if he was at Arsenal.
Bro, if Scott McTominay was playing that 9.5 shit, yeah, up front for Arsenal right now, yeah, he would. These like, bro, these man. If he had, how many goals Scott got? Like 8.
Yeah. I'm not even keeping track, but he's definitely he's probably one of our top scorers.
If he had 7 or 8 in that team, yeah, then man would be saying, no, don't be saying.
You're gonna say what I'm thinking.
We made McTominay the player that he is right now.
Yeah. Arteta's this. Arteta's cooking. Yeah.
Arteta is cooking.
Bro, 100%.
Lloyd said he's 24 years old, turning 25.
Yeah, 25 in June. Big up,
so
Lloyd.
If you expect 8 goals and 3 assists, and we call him a king at 24, 25 years old. No one have chat for no Rashford no more. Don't have chat for Rashford ever again. None of it.
Hey, look at Social Giant said here, Cobra Kai is my preferred name as he strikes unexpectedly. That's like a cobra. That's funny.
Bro, the worst thing about it is he won't score. If he don't score for the next 5 games, then we straight back onto him again.
Yep. And this is where we're going with the fact that right now, this whole fan base is so reactionary. So reactionary. So listen, King Kai, are you this king? Nah. You're just doing what a lot of Chelsea fans that I watched expected you to do, and a lot of them are not even worried is at Arsenal. But I can agree he's in a better team, so you might see a bit more because he's going to have those resources around him. It's like what Trap said, if you put McTominay in the Arsenal team, he's going to have more opportunities. McTominay, Garnacho, and HOJLUNG are scoring in a team that don't provide a lot of chances, that don't have a system. So imagine if you put them in a system that brings the best out of them, you're going to see the more potential out of them. So 100%, man. That's a straight no, man. VAR says no. Lloyd says Scott plays midfield and bags in the United team. If he was playing up front for Arsenal, he would have more goals than Gabriel Jesus. Ooh. Interesting. I'm even going to timestamp that one because I like that comment.
They've kind of gone cold on Jesus, though.
Yeah. Let's talk about Jesus quickly then, and then we're going to move on to who we think's winning the league. Let me just timestamp that 1:11:20. Jesus here. Let me talk about Jesus, man. I think here, with Jesus here, I just think it goes back to this topic with what we're saying about Arsenal football fans being reactionary, innit? Like, I think here, Jesus everyone used to wax lyrical about Jesus last season. Everyone forgot about the fact that he was very pivotal, and when he got injured, people were like, "Oh, damn, it's going to be such a loss for Arsenal. What are we going to do now?" Now Arsenal players are scoring without him. They've written him off. They've absolutely written him off, and I feel like as football fans, this is what I mean. It's unfair. Oh, let me put the right one on. Yeah, as football fans, I feel like it's unfair. Like, we can't just all of a sudden just forget that what Jesus brings to the team. We knew from last season that he wasn't a goal scorer. So when Arsenal dipped in form and all of a sudden Arsenal went scoring goals, now all of a sudden, oh, Jesus this, Jesus that. I think it's just harsh. It's very, very harsh in my opinion, because at the end of the day, Jesus is a big part of how you guys got to where you guys got to last season. I feel like the way he presses and just the fact he's a nuisance. He's good at link-up play. He was the difference maker when you guys played us at United. You guys put Jesus on. He was causing problems on that right wing. I understand that your system has changed, and I understand that people are playing different roles. But I just think that right now, someone like Jesus, I'm going to put his picture up here so you can see why we're talking about him. Someone like Jesus, I feel like he's still pivotal to you guys' team. And he's somebody that's going to be sick when you bring him off the bench. I think because Arteta is playing a certain way, there's going to be certain games where you need someone like a Jesus to unpick the defense and unpick a low block. You know what I mean? So the fact he's getting written off for me, I just think it goes back to this whole situation with people being harsh and people all of a sudden just writing people off when they feel like they don't need them no more. Football supporters are like, they're such users, you know? It's like a vape. You know, if you find a better vape, you're going to throw away the old one and forget all the old times that old vape did you well. You know, you found a new flavor now. Forget that flavor. It's a flavor of the month thing. Right now, football fans just have a flavor of the month. And now everyone's saying, now, Jesus, he don't score, he don't bag, this and that and this. But at the end of the day, he's still a quality player.
Do you know what, man? The last season, they was talking about Jesus does what he does for the team. Now it's not about what he does for the team. He's not bagging goals in that.
Bagging goals, facts.
Listen, this is why, look, the consistency levels of YouTubers and football fans is absolutely on the floor, mate.
Yeah.
Because the goalposts get moved more times than a flipping five-a-side tournament, mate. Yeah, like it's ridiculous, bruv. Like it's ridiculous, mate. Yeah, like Jesus is a good acquisition for them, whether they like it or not. He was never a bagsman that's going to get you bare goals. But at the end of the day, what Jesus does for the team still is a fact. It's not an opinion. It's a fact. So it's not gone out the window because they play a different style of football and because now he's not bagging the goals, because that's not what you expected from him. The expectations are unrealistic.
Yeah. Like Lloyd said here, they thought he was going to be a 20+ goals a season striker. They saw him and Zinchenko as their players that will bring them to the promised land. Yep. And now I see them getting written off. And I'm not trying to say that you can't criticize a player's form or you can't say that, you know what, they're not doing too well. But last season, we knew he wasn't a goal scorer. So just because your team are scoring goals now, don't just write Jesus off for all the good things that he was doing when he wasn't a goal scorer, as we knew. He was still doing a lot.
He hasn't changed. So, that's the thing.
He ain't changed. He ain't changed. Facts. So listen, people, what I'm going to say to you, all you guys that are just reactionary and writing players off and just using them when you think that you need them, and when you don't need them, you forget all the good attributes they had. Same way I spoke about Garnacho last season. Everyone forgot all the little things he did. And as soon as I say, oh, he carried our team sometimes, oh my gosh, what do you mean? Rashford is the one that carried. Okay, cool. Maybe carrying the team is the wrong way to address it. But you know what I mean. There's certain moments last season where Arsenal relied on Jesus. There's certain moments last season where United relied on Garnacho. There's certain moments last season where Jesus got Arsenal out of the mud. There's certain moments last season when Garnacho got United out of the mud. So all you guys saying this and that and this, forget these players, it's a red card for me. Serious red card. Serious red card. Because at the end of the day, I'm on what Traps is on. It's mad that we didn't. And this is the thing. Normally, me and Traps have our little conversations and then we bring it to the YouTube. But this whole conversation about fans being reactionary and all of that, we didn't plan this. And this is something that I've been wanting to talk about for a long time. I feel like the way we change our minds so quickly and, oh, he's dead now. He's had a stinking 2 games. Okay, now he's back 4 goals. Oh, he's the best player. It's just so overreactionary.
Have you not seen? Let me give you a prime example,
Yeah.
Last night, Ronaldo missed a sitter last night. He absolutely missed a sitter last night.
Yeah. People
are saying that Ronaldo is finished. Ronaldo's finished. Bearing in mind, they said the Saudi Pro League is rubbish.
Oh my gosh.
So, like, Ronaldo is looking at trying to bag 1,000 goals in his career, and he's missed a sitter because of his age and whatever. And the Saudi League, people are saying that. I just don't get it. Like, I just don't get it.
Yeah.
Like. Ronaldo can come back to the Premier League and he could play for Aston Villa and he could still score 20 goals, mate.
Yeah.
That's the truth of it.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, Ronaldo is Ronaldo. Ronaldo has a certain way, a certain work ethic that in this day and age doesn't, unless you've got an elite team, like for instance, like a Man City, Ronaldo's not going to. Ronaldo's always going to look like he's done. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But the reality of it is, Ronaldo's goal scoring ability will always be there. That's one thing he's not going to lose. He's always going to know how to find the back of the net. He's going to lose his speed, but he's not going to lose his ability to get in the positions and get goals. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, facts. For the last 5 minutes of the show, I'm going to ask Traps. Oh, yeah, let me even do my decider first. Hold on. Let me do my quick decider because actually I've done it already, people. Mistake, my mistake. We've done it already in terms of us talking about how harsh football is at the moment. Cool. The last thing I want to talk about, Traps, for the last 5 minutes of the show, who do you want to win the league?
Who do I want?
Who do you want to win the league? Out of the options that you have. Wait, hold on. Wait, 1 second, Traps. 119. Yeah, go on, Traps. Go on.
It's not a question of what I want. It's who I think, because I don't want anyone to win the league.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
It's not who I want to win the league, because I don't want none of them to win the league. I don't want Arsenal to win the league because Arsenal fans, you'll never hear the end of it. And I'm sorry. Yeah, they don't. The way they carried on, they've carried on for the last 20 years. They don't deserve shit. None of them. They don't deserve shit.
Damn.
They don't deserve shit. Liverpool fans, for me, Liverpool, nah. City fans, the thing is I said with City, I said, look, the more the league City wins, is the more work United have got to do. So if City win a 4p, United have got to be looking at that 5p, mate. They've got to be looking at that 6p. Yeah. So them things can be rectified. What you can't rectify is Arsenal fans in my DMs talking shit for the next 6 months. I'm not having that.
But Traps, which are like cool. I know you don't want any of the ops to win the league, but if you had to pick out of Liverpool, Arsenal, and City, for me, I think I'll rather put up with Arsenal making a whole heap of noise. In my opinion, this is my opinion. Obviously, Traps probably disagrees, but I'd rather put up with all the Arsenal noise, even down from London as well. And I'm a London Man United supporter, and more London Man United supporters tend to kind of hate Arsenal more, and in opposed to the Manchester supporters that dislike Liverpool and City more because of that rivalry. I grew past the rivalry of the Man United and the Arsenal and the Wenger and the Ferguson days, and I'm more concerned about City passing us in terms of the 4P and treble as well, getting a 4P, winning it 4 times in a row, and then possibly doing another treble or double again. And on top of that, Liverpool, I'm worried about the fact that if they win this next Premier League, they're going to now pass us or match us in Premier Leagues. So because Liverpool and City are the most spoken about in terms of who's been dominating the last few years, they're more my concern. If Arsenal win the league now, they're nowhere near us in Premier Leagues. They're just nowhere near us in terms of catching us up. Even if they chat S for the rest of the season, I can still say you're far from it, in my opinion. But Traps disagrees. Why do you disagree, Traps?
Listen, I just think everyone's just looking at these things, and it's just like, oh, we just want to protect our things. Look, at the end of the day, we are the engineers of our own downfall. At the end of the day, we've sat by for 10 years and we've watched City grow, we've watched Liverpool grow, we've watched Arsenal grow, and we haven't done anything about it. That's on us. So whatever punishment that is whatever punishment they have to take. I couldn't at the 3 of these teams. I couldn't care less who wins it, but if I had a preference, I wouldn't want Arsenal to win the league. Because because I know how it's going
to be in social media and the people around you, and how it's going to be blown up.
Arsenal fans are just hard to take at the end of the day, and that's the truth. I just can't deal with it. I can't deal with it, and I refuse to deal with it. But as far as 4 peats and whatnot, the reality of it is that people say, "Oh, Liverpool catching us." We have to forget we caught Liverpool, so it's not a question of because Liverpool caught us on leagues doesn't mean that it's over. The Premier League is finished now, it's done, and we're just never going to win another league again. It just means that you have to persevere and start winning leagues again. That's the truth. So Liverpool, we've done it before, we could do it again. So if Liverpool win the league, they've won 2 Premier Leagues in my mind. I don't want to care about the 20 Premier Leagues or whatever it is. I don't care about all of that. They've matched us. It's the same as them winning the treble. Man City winning the treble. They won the treble. They've matched us. As simple as that. That's all they've done. Is they've matched us. But if they're going to win a 4P, in reality, they've won 8 leagues or 9 leagues or whatever it is. They're still nowhere near us. But people just don't want it to be, City have just won. City have just exceeded our expectations and that. Nah. I just think, I'm looking at it from perspective as this. If I'm looking at it from who do I think's going to win it, I don't think Arsenal are going to win it anyway, because a lot of Arsenal fans this week was watching the Liverpool game and they was hoping for a draw. So they can stay top of the league. Now, I don't think that's where Arsenal fans really want to be. They don't want to be at top of the league right now.
Because the pressure, innit?
If that game was 3 games to go, they could say yeah. But right now, because put it this way, Arsenal right now, they're in their house. Yeah, they're in the house. They're in the top of the league house right now.
Yeah.
And if I'm an Arsenal fan, I want someone to win that game, because if you win that game, that creates a little bit of daylight between you and one of them at least. Preferably Man City. But you already know what Man City have done. Man City have caught them 8 points behind them with a game in hand and whatnot. So they had an opportunity to go 11 points clear. They bottled that, and as a result, they lost the league. So we've seen that. So Arsenal are in a comfortable position where they are right now. I don't think they like to be chased. I think they'd like to sit in amongst it until the last few games and then get ahead. So they can.
Because right now, but the pressure's on them now. They have to lead it, and it's pressure.
Arsenal in the top of the league house right now. And if someone had won the game last Sunday, and they would have went, say that Liverpool, for instance, Man City would have won the game, they would have went 1 point behind them. Liverpool would have went 2 points behind them. Oh no, so Liverpool would have went 1 point behind them. City would have been 2 points behind them. Yeah, creates a little bit of a thing. It gives them a little draw they can have. Do you know what I mean? It gives them a draw they can have. They can get a draw. It gives them a little bit of a space for a hiccup. But now, what it is, they're in the top of the league house now. And rather than they've got one of them trying to kick the front door down, trying to kick the front door to get in, They've got one trying to keep the front door in and the other one trying to keep the back door in now.
Yeah.
So
the
like
house is under pressure right now.
So they're like this now. They're like this now.
And the house is under pressure, bro.
Yeah. What am I going to do? Like, do I go to the back? Do I secure the back? Do I secure the front? What do I do? Whereas before, it would have been like Liverpool kicking the door down, but they've heard that Man City are on their way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I think we have to be careful what you wish for right now, but the pressure's on. You got two of the most successful teams in the last decade at your neck right now. So how they deal with that? Obviously, they've got a big game tonight. Yeah, I do think that Man City have not been playing well, but however, they haven't lost for like 18 games. So I feel like Man City. I feel like it's between Man City and Liverpool. No, I do feel Liverpool have the. I feel Liverpool have the advantage. To be honest, I feel Liverpool have. I do feel Liverpool have the advantage because Liverpool have played City twice.
Yeah,
they've played Arsenal twice.
Yeah,
Arsenal. Because people talking about the biggest game of the season. For me, the key games now are Arsenal, Man City at the Etihad.
Yeah.
And the 3 games they all got to play Tottenham.
Tottenham as well, yeah. City away to Tottenham.
I think them 4 games
will decide
the title. Them 4 games.
Yeah, 100%, man. And just to address this quick comment, I'm a Londoner. There's an Arsenal fan on every street corner. You live in London, Arsenal majority. I hear all of that. Trust me, I've got a lot of Arsenal fans as friends. I've got a lot of friends that are Arsenal fans, and I've got quite a few that are Liverpool fans. Not so many City. But my problem is the long-term vision. I feel like if City or Liverpool win the league, they've got more of a pedestal to be unbeatable towards them. I think if you pick out of the 3 teams and see the positions that all of them are at, Arsenal, Liverpool, and City are just a dominant force. You don't want them to keep winning because the more they win, the more power they have, the more money they make. They're going to keep just developing. You know, Liverpool, same thing. We're more closer to Arsenal than we are to Liverpool and City. So I'd rather Arsenal win it. I don't want none of them to win it. It's like picking somebody to go and do a job on your girlfriend, or you know what I mean? You're picking a poison. But what I'm trying to say is that I just feel like we're more closer to Arsenal in terms of where we're at as a club. So I'll rather, if I had to pick my poison, see Arsenal get there, knowing that we can catch them and probably pass them. Some people might think that's delusional because Arteta's got it on lock and whatever. But I just think with the resources we're bringing in, the fact that we might get a new manager, the powerhouse that United can be, I think we can easily pass Arsenal at some point. It's about catching City and that and dominating football again. So that's where my point of view is. But listen, we're going to end the show right here, though. It's been a lovely show. I need to go and pop and do something quickly. Listen, make sure you smash the likes, man. This has been an epic show. This is Rhinos Offside Trap episode 2. You know, I've put the timestamps in, so if you're rewatching this video, you can literally go back to the sections you want. Make sure you go and follow Traps. He's on TikTok and he's on Instagram, traps.mufc. I want to see you guys in the comments on his Instagram, and I want to see you guys on his TikTok comments as well. Make sure you go and follow it up now. Traps.mufc. That's bro. You're going to catch us on the Mandem Talk this week. I'm going to be on Flawless's channel today at 4:30 as well, Sarcasm City. So make sure you lock into that. If any of you guys tune into any of those shows, make sure you put Rhinos Offside Trap inside the comments and say, yeah, you know, you love these shows or whatever you feel. That would be great. But most importantly, please like the video. If you're on Twitter and Twitch, please go over to Rhino MGTV and make sure you go and like this video on YouTube. And if you are not subscribed, please subscribe. Please put post notifications on. And also go onto Traps' Instagram and TikTok and give him a follow. Traps.mufc. So make sure you give him a follow. But listen, people, man, we are out. Make sure that you do tell a friend to tell a friend as always. And Traps, is there anything you want to say as we close out?
No, man. Wenger in.
Hey, listen, we're gonna end it there.
20 stacking, my bro, see that you ain't getting that back. And I ain't gonna lie, more time, I don't wanna rap. T-shirt got more bodies than gang, and I bet she's still gonna cut. Slim ting with a waist. Can I look like Kyle, look real? More time, but her face on L, look me. Can't get caught up town with big.